get things started. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got room at the 35. Hit the gas can wide open ahead. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, the secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
The Ducks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic. It's because of these fans.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Etienne. Delivers the contact. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First down here for the offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go Philly.
Scanning the field, it's Beck. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. Georgia going up tempo. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Going to try to get... And the ball is intercepted. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play. First up, 30. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Oregon 7, Georgia 0.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. To the air, it's Gabriel. Trying to get to it. Makes the grab on the left. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble. And you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring a touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Runs through a tackle. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. To throw, it's Beck. Got his man quickly. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. 4th down, and the clock keeps dwindling away, and they'll try to get the snap off quickly. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Lovett. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Touch pass on the run. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions have him staring at third and 10. To the air, it's back. Into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on fourth and 10. Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a first and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Back to pass, it's Gabriel. Floating away. He'll pull it down and run. Tripped up for the tackle.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Oregon!
How about the bomb? The Hail Mary coming out, and the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep. You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. One more snap coming before halftime. The give from the gun. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Oregon 21, Georgia.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Looking to throw, it's back. He's got his man. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Snagged in the middle, it's Smith. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They'll throw it from the red zone. That's caught. It's Smith. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Let's it fly. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Georgia. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Whittington. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide out in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. The Ducks get enough for the first down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Solid run. Picks up 6 and gets him to the 28.
Picks up 6. Brings up 2nd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Oregon 21, Georgia 7.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
Flying out to the left. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. To the air. It's Beck. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You've got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Well, jet sweep pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Looking for room. It's James. Oh, he gave him a dead leg. Touchdown, Oregon! And the route is on. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Buys a little time with his feet. He's going to fire to the left. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today,
a shot toward the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking to go up top on first down. Lets it fly. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo. Looking for a man. It's Gabriel. Quarterback extends the play. Fires on the move. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not interested in running clock, interested in making a point.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. On second down, wants to throw. Keeps looking downfield. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Lining up to convert third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Working on the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long. And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Back to pass, it's Gabriel. Looking to the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically.
And the sack all the way back at the 5. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough line.